another concept called data loader. Okay, to install the data loader, you have to do a lot of other things like JDK Julu version you have to download, you have to install JDK. Okay, so you have to install this one first. Okay, that what you need to do is just install that said. You can download the data loader. Data loader. Have to download Julu JDK version, then only use so this one Julu something. So when you start this, it will be giving that information. You don't need to worry. This. Okay, download data loader for Windows because you guys are all using the Windows version, Windows operating system. Download this and install it. No need to worry. That will be simply downloaded and installed. You don't need to do some steps on this. Once it is done, this will be displayed like a data loader. So it will be on this one. This one, data loader, latest version. It opens like this one. Okay. You have to log in first. Okay. If you want to insert the record, upset the record, I mean update the record, upset, delete, or delete, export, export all. So we do not option in the import widgets to delete the records or export the records, export all. Okay. Usually you guys have already seen that insert, right? Let me log in first. You can give password authentication and give the this one. Whatever the your URL is there, give this URL, give it, okay? Then give the username. This is the username and give the password as well. Login. To send. Okay. So in some cases, what happens is this will be failed to log in. In that case, what you need to do is you have to go to the user settings. Okay. Security token will be there. Reset my security token. So this security token is used to log in into the Salesforce from other apps like Dataloader or third-party APIs and some other tools also. So when you reset the password, sorry, reset your security, reset security token, an email will be sent to your email address by saying that your security token. Okay, copy this. Be careful and be listen carefully. Copy the security token and that too case sensitive after your password. Whatever the password you have given, the password immediately paste that security code. spaces, nothing. Password, then security code. Okay, that's it. Then click on login. Still failing. Is this? XFDC training. Use authorization, open authorization, give your username and password. Just opens security code. To ask for the security code. Identity, verification code has been sent, and give this verification code. It will be logged in. Both ways should work. I'm not sure why it is not working. It's okay. You can use authorization and use allow. Still failing. This is failing. So let's see. Instead of that, login dot Salesforce. Fail to send request. It's not working. Let's see. The same way, what you can do is the same without installing also, you can do this one that is called Dataloader IO. So what Dataloader IO will do is whatever the Dataloader is doing. So let's practice here. Production arc. In this. But here only the problem is This is the free version. You will have to, you can only insert up to 10,000 records per month, not more than that. If you want to upload 5 lakhs or something, it cannot be possible for free version. But if you upgrade this to your some licensed version, what data loader will do is, let me open data loader. Say this. Some important points for the data loader is, so data loader is used to upload, or let's say to do some data update up to 5 lakh records. It's important. Data loader. This is up to 5 lakhs records. Okay. Up to 5 lakh records you can upload, and then using the data loader you can delete the records and export all also. You can delete, right? Because you have the material on your hand, you can read that. Okay, delete. And then the same, your Excel sheet CSV file can be prepared however we have done through the import features. The same way you can do that. Three options: insert, update, add new records, and update. That's called upset. Okay, delete. If you want to delete the records, only ID field is enough. Only ID field is enough. If you give 10 IDs, 10 IDs will be deleted. Then what is hard delete? Usually, you know that when the record is deleted, that will be stored in the recycle bin, right? If you hard delete, that won't be stored in the recycle bin. Hence, completely deleted from the system. Okay. Then export. Export means just downloading the data from the database. Means if you have 100 records, 100 records from can be downloaded from the student records, student object. What is export all? Export, let's say you have, you had 150 records, 50 records are deleted, 100 records on the object. And those records deleted means 50 records, whatever they are deleted, those are in the recycle bin. Right? When you click on export all, means the records from the custom object or standard object along with deleted records also. Means if there are any deleted records for that object, those also will be retrieved using the export all function. Okay. While exporting, you can give some conditions and everything that we'll see later. All you just take a note on theoretical part. That is enough. No one will ask for download and configure the data loader. Okay. And one more thing is charts. If you want to insert records, you can insert from starting. In data loader, you can set up the records from where it has to start. See, here, start usually from 0. If you have 1,000 records in the Excel file, you want to process the records from 500, then give as start row as 500. First 499 records will be ignored. Okay, and then again, so what is the batch size? Say batch size will be by default 2000. Okay, you can use bulk API. If you use the bulk API, then you can give the batch size up to 10,000. Okay, so this is how we can use this data loader. You have all those files in this your hand. Just study on that. Okay, that is the data loader. The same way you have Workbench. Just let you know this. A data loader also, this also you can use import, export, delete. Just try this one. So if you want to delete the records, training series, training records, click on next. So you can use upload file, but then show you this. See this. Now I have training 1, training 2, training 3, 4, 5. Okay. upload file. I'm deleting this. Delete. Click on next. ID is enough. Click on next. See, you can use bulk API. When you can go for the bulk API means if you have more than 50,000 or something records in the file, then you can give bulk API. Means if you give bulk API, records can be processed up to 10,000 records per run. Okay, you will give this one. Just save and run. To the training. Check whether the training 1 and 2 records are there. See, those records are deleted till 5. So that's how you can delete the records using Dataloader IO. There is not much things, imports, exports, remove it. Just go to the Workbench. So Workbench URL is like this, workbench.developerforce.com. This is very much important. This Workbench is very, very, very important for the developers. Okay, you can use the versions, whatever it is, just log in. Oh, sorry, it is not a sandbox. Production. Come log in. Once you click login, it will ask for the password. Now, using the Workbench, it cannot be completed in this class. I'll explain some. If you want to get some information about standard and custom objects, you can click here. Whatever the details you want to do, you can select this. Objects means if you want to get some objects information, you can click on this. Then it will give the whatever the attributes, child relationships, and then fields. How many fields we have on the object. For your understanding, let me give the training. Okay. Training attributes means whatever the label, the plural is, child objects, child fields, how many fields we have on the object. Mostly we have created 4 or 5 fields only, but see this. Kind of maroon color or whatever, those are all standard fields. ID, those are all also standard fields. So if you give this, that means the values set by users that will be automatically calculated. This symbol is saying, and this blue color, the sum of a thing that can be based on the records creation. Values can be calculated based on the record creation, and these are all standard fields will be calculated by the system. Okay, so that is the intention of this. Scopes, mine, clone. Okay, that's just finding objects information. Then you have data insertion. If you want to insert the records, you can insert the records using the data loader also. Data insert. Then if you want to create a single record, you can create using here. Course name, Workbench, date, it's not required, owner ID. If you want to give it or leave as it is. Okay, status started 10 2021. Confirm insert. valid format. So one thing, set from file. Training date. This is course name, start date, date, only is not required. This is start date, end date, this is status. Fields, same it is, confirm set. Created. And if you want to delete, you can delete. Even once you delete, if they are in the recycle bin, you can undelete also. Okay. Then upset. You guys have already seen this. Practice all these operations apart from purge. So permanently delete records from, this is called hard delete, which we have seen in the data loader. Okay. So that is about the data loader and others. You have other settings also in the workbench. See this? The same whatever we are going to do through the data loader, the same things will be there. Insert null values. See, if you don't uncheck this, just now we have seen it, right? Whenever we were updating the training records, even though we have removed start and end dates, that were not removed. Date and dates were there already. So this one, this is the option we had in the import widgets. By default, this was not checked. Okay. So here, if you check this checkbox, if you insert null values will be inserted, updated. Okay. So this trigger user emails, relationship queries. Okay. So let it be for today. Any questions for now?
Yes,
This
Sanjay.
workbench is very, very, very important. You can deploy the components, retrieve the components. Means if you have done some changes in the workflows or something, if you want to retrieve them, you can use this workbench. And if you want to deploy some changes also, you can do it through the workbench. And utilities, so REST explorers, Apex code execution also can be uh, execute from here.
Uh,
Okay,
in,
this is
Sanjay,
very
I
much
have
important. So any questions? So
yes, Sanjay, I have a query. So we have three, right? Data
yes.
loader, this, workbench, and uh,
Import
import
wizard.
something. These all three
Then
are
we
as a similar
have,
functionality, right? Hello, able to hear me, Anji?
yes, functional.
Yeah, all three are having a similar
Usually, what
functionality.
these are the three concepts. Like, what is that?
No, all three are having a similar functionality. So why, which one is preferable to use, and why we need to use that?
Okay, so that's what I'm. Let me explain that. Import widgets are by default provided by the Salesforce. You don't need any installation. You don't need to do anything. Just prepare CSV file and upload it. Okay, but up to 50,000 records only you can do it. Okay, if you have more than 50,000, then go with the data loader. Okay. If it is below 50,000, go with the import widgets. If more than 50,000, go with the data loader.
Okay.
These two options. And see, if you are familiar with the Workbench, this is the third party Workbench. This is not Salesforce tool. So what you can do is using the Workbench, this is built on the metadata API. Okay, so the what you can insert the records up to some 40,000 records or something based on the size, file size. So if it is exceeding 3 MB or something, then it will throw the error. The workbench won't be possible to process. But here, the very important thing is if you have some limited amount of records and if you need to user interface, better user interface to insert the records or update the records, then go with the import feature. Sorry, workbench. And
Okay.
mostly where we will use for some data update, we used to this SQL queries, we used to this. So even to export the data, we do not have any functionality in Salesforce. So that means we have export functionality. You have to go to the link and download the file. But here, directly you can download from Workbench. So let's say list of records. I'm going to select all. See, query. I have these many records. Okay. If I want to download from here, I'll just go to the bulk CSV, download it, query it. It will be downloaded. So bulk means if you want to pass this as the SOAP API, if you pass the file and someone will export the data to their system using this XML file.
Okay.
That is the advantage. Here also you can have simple queries and the conditions and everything. 30 records are exported. If you click on download, file will be downloaded. Okay. Any questions still?
That's all from me.